In the pursuit of longevity, many imagine that radical transformations, strict diets, intense workout routines, or relocating to a mountaintop village are required to make a meaningful difference. But science increasingly suggests otherwise. A growing body of research, including short-term intervention trials and real-world public health experiments, points to a more hopeful and achievable truth. Small, sustainable lifestyle changes, when applied consistently, can have surprisingly large effects on long-term health and lifespan. One of the most compelling examples comes from a 3-year health checklist intervention pilot that involved thousands of middle-aged adults making minor changes to their routines. Things like adding an extra serving of vegetables, walking for 20 minutes a day, reducing sugary drinks, or prioritizing 7 hours of sleep instead of 6. Participants weren't required to overhaul their lives or meet rigid standards. Instead, they were guided to gradually incorporate small, evidence-based habits linked to better metabolic and cardiovascular outcomes. At the end of the trial, those who made just a handful of improvements experienced significantly lower rates of hypertension, prediabetes, and markers of systemic inflammation. Some even showed biological age improvements that outpaced their chronological age. What made this intervention so successful was not the intensity of any single behavior, but the compounding benefits of modest actions repeated daily. Regular movement, even if not structured exercise, helped maintain muscle mass and insulin sensitivity. Slight dietary shifts, like swapping processed snacks for fruit or legumes, influenced lipid profiles and gut microbiota within weeks. And better sleep hygiene supported immune function and cognitive sharpness, key factors in healthy aging that are often overlooked. These results align with findings from other brief but powerful lifestyle studies. For instance, research on Mediterranean diet adherence shows that participants who increased their intake of olive oil, leafy greens, and whole grains, not to extreme levels, but by small, manageable amounts, saw measurable improvements in metabolic markers like blood pressure and HDL cholesterol in as little as 10 days. Similarly, studies on time-restricted eating demonstrate that even shifting the eating window earlier in the day by 2 hours can improve glucose control and fat metabolism, especially in adults over 50. Even something as simple as a 10-minute brisk walk after meals has been shown to reduce postprandial blood sugar spikes, a small act that, over years, can drastically reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Or consider hydration. Increasing daily water intake by just 1 to 2 cups has been linked with improved kidney function and a modest reduction in cardiovascular risk markers. These aren't grand gestures, but their biological effects accumulate over time. Behavioral scientists have also noted that small changes are more likely to stick. When people are encouraged to do less than they think they should, like meditating for just 5 minutes or adding a vegetable to one meal, they are more likely to continue the behavior. This minimum effective dose strategy not only builds momentum, but it also reduces the guilt or frustration that can derail long-term health efforts. It emphasizes consistency over perfection, which is far more aligned with how sustainable health is actually built. Perhaps most inspiring is how these micro-adjustments can affect perceived quality of life. People report better mood, clearer thinking, and improved energy even when changes are relatively minor. These subjective benefits reinforce the behavior, creating a feedback loop where people feel better, so they do more of what helps them feel good. And from a physiological standpoint, those improvements reflect real shifts: better mitochondrial function, lower systemic inflammation, more stable circadian rhythms, and healthier gene expression patterns, all of which support longevity at the cellular level. In public health, this idea is gaining traction under the concept of nudging, small environmental or behavioral cues that make healthier choices easier or more likely. Placing fruit at eye level, defaulting elevators to stairs, or sending gentle sleep reminders through a smartwatch are examples of nudges that, while seemingly trivial, can ripple outward into measurable health benefits when adopted at scale. In the end, the message from modern longevity science is clear: transformation isn't necessary, but momentum is. It's not about becoming a different person overnight. It's about making the smallest better choice today, and then again tomorrow. Over months and years, these decisions shape your metabolism, regulate your immune system, slow the aging of your brain and heart, and tip the balance away from chronic disease. They do not require perfection. They require persistence. And remarkably, that may be enough to add years, not just to your lifespan, but to the healthy, vibrant years within it.